Hi, and thanks for coming to watch this video from Carolina Varsity. We are taking a look at the 4AA playoffs, and now we got West Forsyth playing Page.
All right, your unsung heroes in this game for West Forsyth. It's a two-way player favorites. Wide receiver and corner Jaquan McMillan. This kid last week, man, he scored on a reverse against Lake Norman. Played some really good DB against the Lake Norman spread receivers. He was an impressive kid on film, and he has some nice moves, and he's a real elusive player. Like to get the ball in his hands in a variety of ways. And for Page, it's one of those wide receivers, Nick Baker. He's a dynamic guy with the ball in his hands, very fluid in his routes, catches the ball really well, and he can go 7 to 70 in a blink of an eye. Last week, West Forsyth knocked off number one seed Lake Norman 35-17 on the road, an impressive victory.
Yep.
While Page ended West Meck's season at home with a 55-26 win. Looking at it on the field for West Forsyth on offense, you look at film, West Meck was able to get in space and make some big plays early on against Page, but they got bogged down. They started making turnovers and they allowed pressure on the quarterback too many times. And if you're West Forsyth, you don't have a true dual threat quarterback, so in the passing game, the offensive line is really going to have their hands full against the overall speed of the Page defense. Misdirection worked big for them running the football against Lake Norman, and I think it's a good idea again against Page with their aggressive nature. For defense on West Forsyth, Page runs a ton of trips formation from gun, and they have some nice route combinations. Will Jones, there he's turned into a dual threat quarterback on the zone read, and he runs it well. The 4-down linemen for West Forsyth, they got a tough assignment. They got to pressure the quarterback in the drop back game and then maintain gap integrity on the zone read. The defensive backs have got to tackle well in space because the wide receivers, like I just said about Nick Baker, can go 7 to 70 real fast. For Page, offensively, West Forsyth is a 4-3 front. Against Lake Norman, they played a lot of two-deep coverage with the linebackers split the difference against the slot receivers. So really, it looks like a 4-1 kind of look against spread formations 2x2. If they stay with that against Page, the zone read with Leak and Jones could be real deadly because you only got 5 guys in the box. They stay in two-deep coverage. West played a lot of man out of that. So Page will have to have some man beaters in the passing game ready to go. Crossing routes and matchup in the slots can be big winners against that. Defensively for Page, they got to be disciplined against West Forsyth. They try to take advantage of your aggressiveness a lot and use it against you. When you look at West Forsyth overall, there's nothing that really stands out about them as really tough to stop, but they really execute really well on the things they do. Mm-hmm. And you got big KJ Henry, 6'5" kid at tight end. He's a big mismatch in the middle of the field. And you got to account for him on every play.
Okay, very good. The report's predicting a 37-19 Page win.
I can see that.
So some things that I wanted to take a look at is we got a 12-1 team, an 11-2 team, and how did they get here?
Yep.
And Page, teams that they played that are still in the third round. East Forsyth, they had a win, 34-29. Dudley. West Forsyth, East Forsyth, they lost to.
Oh.
And they lost to Davie.
Oh.
They did beat AC Reynolds.
Okay.
Very first ball game of the season.
Right.
So from an impressive look at the schedule, obviously, Page has and I believe Page lost to Davie first game. I'm sorry, right. 39-29. So lost a close ball game to Davie, who's also still playing football. So both teams have played teams that are still playing in our playoffs. Page did a little bit better against them with picking up 2 wins, and obviously they look to be a better team. I think Leak is he healthy?
Yeah, he looked good last week.
Okay, but if he's fully healthy, that's going to be one of the questions here. I think in that game last week with West Mac, when you get the line play and some of the stuff that I looked at, that's where it really kind of fell apart. And that's where West was not big at, was on their lines.
Right.
Depth and size of guys on the line. Against some competition, the guys were okay, but they really needed a little bit more, and kind of got overwhelmed in that. And how that's going to play out in this ball game, personally, I think Page might have just a little too much. It was a surprising win over Lake Norman. We don't know if that was an anomaly or if it just, from what I looked at from the highlights and all, they played good football.
Yeah, they did. From what I saw, the end stayed contained. They were able to keep Wadowski in the pocket. The way they played those linebackers, when Lake Norman went outside zone, they were able to shut Jackson down before he could turn the corner. It was a really good game plan.
Very disciplined.
And Coach Snow's a very, very good coach at West Forsyth.
So it could be a good ball game, but like the report's predicting 37-19. That's a 18-point differential. It could be a little bit closer than that.
Well, I'll tell you, the one thing about Page that I've noticed is, you look at the second half of their ball games, they really turn it on.
Yeah.
West Meck got 20 of their points in the first quarter. Yeah, and then the rest of it, they were shut out till they scored late in the game.
Exactly.
But Page went on I think it was a 42-0 run in that game to kind of blow it open. So once they get settled in, they turn a switch.
They do.
It's on, man.
And that's a sign of a very good team. Playing well late in the ball game is a sign of that's the sign of a championship team. So there you go. Let us know what you think, and thanks for watching. All right, Jeff, you can touch that same button, and that'll stop it.